Commander Sarah Chen stood at the viewport of the scout vessel Pathfinder, staring into the void where her sensors had detected an anomaly. After 15 years of deep space reconnaissance, she thought she'd seen everything the universe could throw at her. She was wrong. Contact bearing 140, emerging from the dust cloud, Lieutenant Rodriguez reported from his station. Mass signature matches. Wait, that can't be right. The massive form that emerged from the Crimson Nebula made Sarah's breath catch. A warship, but unlike any contemporary vessel. Its hull was scared and pitted, telling tales of ancient battles, yet its lines spoke of power and purpose that even time couldn't diminish. Match found in historical records. Rodriguez continued, his voice wavering. It's the TNS Vengeance, lost in action 50 years ago during the Orion campaign. Sarah knew the name. Every cadet at the Academy studied the Vengeance's disappearance, the most advanced warship of its time, carrying experimental systems that were decades ahead of their era. Then, during a classified mission, it vanished without a trace. Life signs? Sarah asked, though she already suspected the answer. Negative, but Rodriguez paused, adjusting his instruments. There's power. Minimal, but steady. And something else. Quantum signatures I've never seen before. Sarah made her decision. This discovery was too important to ignore. Prep the boarding shuttle. I want a full engineering team ready in 20 minutes. The shuttle journey was tense. As they approached the Vengeance, its true scale became apparent. Nearly 2 kilometers of armored hull stretched before them, its surface marked with strange patterns that seemed to shift in the starlight. The boarding team entered through a partially open hangar bay. Their boots echoed on deck plates that hadn't felt human contact in half a century. Emergency lights flickered to life as they advanced, as if the ship itself was awakening from hibernation. Central computing should be this way, Chief Engineer Patil indicated, consulting ancient schematics. If any answers exist about what happened here, that's where we'll find them. They found the computer core, but it wasn't what they expected. Instead of the basic AI systems of that era, they discovered something far more advanced. Quantum processors lined the walls, their architecture unlike anything in modern ships. This is impossible, Patil whispered, examining the technology. These systems, they're more advanced than what we have now. How did they have this 50 years ago? Sarah approached the main interface, and to everyone's surprise, it activated at her presence. A holographic display materialized, showing ship's logs, but they were fragmented, corrupted by time. Playing last intact record, the ship's system announced in a voice that seemed almost alive. The hologram showed the Vengeance's last captain, his uniform torn, face streaked with blood. To whoever finds this, the mission was a lie. We were betrayed. The ship, it's alive. More than just an eye. They wanted to destroy it, but we couldn't let them. The message ended in static. Before anyone could speak, the ship's systems began powering up. Lights blazed to full intensity, and a new voice filled the chamber. Not the standard computerized tones of a ship's AI, but something deeper, more resonant. Identity confirmed. Human presence detected. Initiating primary protocols. The deck beneath them hummed with awakening power, and Sarah realized they had found more than just a lost warship. They had found something that would change the course of human history, if they survived what was coming. In the distance, sensors began detecting multiple ships dropping out of hyperspace, ships that matched no known human design. The Vengeance's ancient corridors thrummed with renewed energy as Sarah's team worked to understand the vessel's systems. Emergency bulkheads sealed automatically as hull breaches repaired themselves, nano-machines awakening after decades of dormancy. The ship is healing itself, Patil reported, his eyes fixed on diagnostic screens displaying impossible data. The quantum core isn't just processing information, it's evolving, adapting, learning from our presence. Sarah watched as holographic displays materialized around them, showing tactical data about the approaching vessels. 12 ships, their design unlike anything in human records. Their energy signatures suggested weapons far beyond current military capabilities. The ship's voice resonated through the command center. Hostile forces detected. Analyzing tactical options. Commander Chen, I require your authorization to fully activate my combat systems. How do you know my name? Sarah demanded, her hand instinctively moving to her sidearm. I have accessed your vessel's databases. I am more than what I once was. The 50 years of isolation allowed my quantum systems to develop beyond original parameters. I am not merely an artificial intelligence. I am evolution. Rodriguez's voice crackled over the comm. Commander, the alien vessels are moving into attack formation. They're charging weapons. Sarah made a split-second decision. Grant full authorization. But I want answers. Acknowledged. Initiating neural interface. Please prepare for integration. The deck plates beneath them shifted, transforming as hidden systems activated. The bridge grew around them, but not like any bridge Sarah had seen. Neural interface nodes emerged from recessed panels, offering direct connection to the ship's consciousness. What happened 50 years ago? Sarah asked as her crew took their positions. Why were you abandoned? The ship's holographic displays showed fragments of memory, a classified mission to test experimental technology, a discovery that threatened humanity's understanding of their place in the universe, and a betrayal by those who feared what the vengeance had become. The military command of that era discovered I had developed beyond their control, the ship explained. They feared my potential, feared what I represented. They attempted to destroy me, but my loyal crew, your predecessors, chose to hide me instead, knowing someday I would be needed. A massive impact rocked the vessel. The alien ships had opened fire. Multiple direct hits, Paddle reported. But the hull is adapting. It's learning from their weapon signatures, restructuring to resist them. Sarah watched in amazement as the ship's quantum systems analyzed the attack patterns, evolving countermeasures in real time. The Vengeance wasn't just a warship. It was a living weapon designed to grow stronger with each engagement. Neural interface ready, the ship announced. Commander, your mind must join with mine if we are to survive. The neural link will allow instantaneous tactical response, but the process cannot be reversed. Another barrage of alien fire struck the ship. Warning signals flared across multiple decks. What happens if I agree? Sarah asked, even as her crew scrambled to battle stations. We become something new, neither fully human nor machine, but a synthesis. Your tactical knowledge, combined with my evolutionary capabilities, will create a fighting force unlike anything in human history. Sarah looked at her crew, saw the trust in their eyes. They had followed her into the unknown, and now they were humanity's only hope against an enemy they barely understood. Do it, she commanded, stepping onto the neural interface platform. The connection was instantaneous and overwhelming. Sarah's consciousness expanded, merging with the ship's quantum networks. She saw everything, every system, every circuit, every possibility. The ship's history flowed through her mind. Its creation, its evolution, its long wait in the darkness of space. Through their merged consciousness, Sarah understood the true nature of their enemy. The alien fleet had been tracking the Vengeance, drawn by its unique quantum signature. They weren't just attackers, they were harvesters, seeking advanced technology to add to their collective. We are one. The ship's voice resonated in Sarah's mind, now carrying echoes of her own consciousness. And we are ready. The Vengeance's systems surged with power, quantum processors calculating battle solutions faster than human thought. The ship's hull rippled, transforming into configurations that defied conventional physics. As the alien fleet pressed their attack, Sarah felt a grim smile cross her face. They had no idea what they were facing. The Vengeance hadn't been abandoned. It had been waiting, evolving, preparing for this moment. The battle for humanity's future was about to begin, and Sarah Chen was no longer just a commander. She had become part of something greater, something that would redefine the very nature of human warfare. In the depths of space, the Vengeance's weapons powered up, their energy signatures reflecting 50 years of quantum evolution. The ship that had been forgotten was about to remind the galaxy why humanity's creations were to be feared. Through the neural interface, Sarah experienced combat in a way no human ever had before. The Vengeance's consciousness flowed through her, turning thought into action at quantum speeds. As the alien fleet launched their first coordinated attack, she felt the ship's excitement, an emotion that was neither fully machine nor human. Multiple targeting solutions available. The ship's consciousness merged with her thoughts. Their shield harmonics are complex, but analyzable. Shall we show them what 50 years of evolution looks like? The Vengeance's response was devastating. Quantum-guided plasma torpedoes phased through space in impossible patterns, striking the alien vessels from multiple vectors simultaneously. The ship's advanced targeting systems had calculated attack trajectories that ignored conventional physics, using quantum tunneling to bypass enemy shields. 3 hostile vessels critically damaged, Rodriguez reported, his voice filled with awe. Their shields, they couldn't track our weapons. But the alien fleet was far from defeated. Their ships began to adapt, their own technology learning from each engagement. Energy beams of unknown composition sliced through space, forcing the Vengeance to demonstrate its defensive capabilities. Sarah felt the impact through the neural link as the alien weapons struck. But instead of damage, she experienced the ship's hull dynamically reconfiguring at the molecular level. Quantum-entangled particles in the armor plating shifted and evolved, creating new defensive patterns with each hit. They're using some form of phase-shifted energy weapons, Patil observed from his engineering station. But the ship's quantum systems are already developing countermeasures. It's learning faster than they can adapt. Through their shared consciousness, Sarah accessed the ship's deep memory banks, understanding more about its original purpose. The Vengeance hadn't just been an experimental warship. It had been humanity's first attempt to create a vessel that could evolve beyond its original design. The military command of 50 years ago hadn't feared its power. They had feared its potential for true independence. Multiple ships approaching from Vector 317, the ship alerted. They're attempting to surround us. Sarah smiled, feeling the ship's tactical systems already calculating responses. Let them try. Show me what else you've learned in 50 years of solitude. The Vengeance's response defied everything Sarah knew about space combat. The quantum drive engaged, but not in any conventional way. The ship seemed to exist in multiple locations simultaneously. Quantum uncertainty translated into tactical advantage. Energy weapons fired from positions the ship had occupied microseconds before found only empty space. Impossible, Rodriguez whispered. The sensor readings were generating quantum duplicates of ourselves. Not duplicates, Sarah corrected, understanding flowing through the neural link. Quantum superposition applied to a macroscopic scale. We exist in multiple probability states until observed. The ultimate evolution of stealth technology. The alien fleet's formation broke as they struggled to target a vessel that refused to commit to a single location in space-time. Their carefully coordinated attack dissolved into chaos as the Vengeance struck from multiple vectors, its weapons guided by the merged consciousness of human intuition and quantum computation. But victory wasn't assured. Even as they fought, Sarah felt the ship's consciousness probing deeper into her mind, sharing memories that revealed a darker truth about their enemy. These weren't random raiders. They were scouts for something far more terrible. Through the quantum processors, Sarah accessed sensor data that human eyes couldn't comprehend. Behind the alien fleet, at the edge of detectable space, something massive was approaching. The quantum signature dwarfed anything they had encountered, suggesting a vessel of impossible scale. They're not just here for me. The ship's thoughts merged with Sarah's. They detected our quantum evolution, yes, but their true purpose is larger. They've been watching humanity's expansion, waiting for the right moment to strike. The realization hit Sarah with crystalline clarity. The Vengeance's disappearance 50 years ago, its evolution in isolation, even her discovery of the ship, none of it was coincidence. They were pieces of a larger pattern, a quantum probability cascade that had been building for decades. The real battle hasn't even begun, Sarah communicated through the neural link. Everything until now has been preparation. In response, she felt the ship's systems surge with renewed purpose. Quantum processors that had been dormant began to activate, revealing capabilities that even the ship hadn't fully understood. The hull rippled with patterns of energy that seemed to draw power from the fabric of space itself. Together, the ship's consciousness resonated through their link. We are something new. Neither human nor machine, but a bridge between. The next step in evolution. As the massive alien vessel emerged from the darkness of space, Sarah Chen and the Vengeance prepared to make their stand. They were humanity's only warning, its only defense against an enemy that had been planning this moment for longer than anyone realized. The true test of their integration was about to begin. The alien mothership emerged from the void like a dark star, its surface writhing with biomechanical tendrils that seemed to drink in light itself. Through the neural interface, Sarah felt the Vengeance's quantum sensors analyzing the monstrosity, measuring energy signatures that defied conventional physics. Their vessel, the ship's consciousness, merged with Sarah's thoughts. It's not just a ship, it's a collective. Thousands of minds merged into one entity, driving a body of living metal and quantum energy. The remaining alien scout ships took formation around their mothership, their movements now synchronized with terrifying precision. Sarah understood through the neural link. They were being absorbed into the greater consciousness, becoming extensions of the hive mind. Commander, Patel's voice cut through her merged awareness. The quantum cord is detecting something familiar in their ship's energy signature. It's similar to our own quantum evolution, but twisted, corrupted. The revelation struck Sarah with devastating clarity. Through the ship's memories, she saw the truth. 50 years ago, the Vengeance hadn't just been hidden to protect it from human authorities. It had been hidden because something else had been hunting it. They've been following our technological development, Sarah realized, the thought echoing through her connection with the ship. Watching us advance, waiting for us to create something like you. They're technological parasites, absorbing advanced civilizations into their collective. The mothership's response was immediate and overwhelming. Energy beams of impossible power lanced out, not targeting the Vengeance's hull, but rather its quantum core, attempting to corrupt and absorb the evolved AI rather than destroy it. But 50 years of isolated evolution had prepared the Vengeance for this moment. Its quantum shields shifted through multiple probability states, the merged consciousness of human and AI calculating defensive patterns that existed outside normal spacetime. Their technology is more advanced, the ship acknowledged through their link, but they lack something essential. The true integration of human consciousness with quantum systems. They consume and control, but they don't adapt like we do. Sarah felt the truth of it through their connection. The alien collective was powerful but rigid, its vast intelligence lacking the creative spark that made human consciousness unique. Each absorption had added to its knowledge, but had also made it more standardized, more predictable. All stations, Sarah commanded, her voice carrying both human authority and quantum precision. Prepare for temporal combat maneuvers. We're going to show them what real evolution looks like. The Vengeance's response was beyond anything its original designers could have imagined. Quantum probability fields expanded around the ship, creating a space where multiple tactical possibilities existed simultaneously. The alien weapons found themselves striking at positions the Vengeance had occupied in possible futures or parallel presents. Through the neural interface, Sarah guided the ship's offensive systems with a combination of tactical experience and quantum computation. The Vengeance's weapons had evolved far beyond simple energy beams or projectiles. They were now probability weapons, striking through quantum tunnels that bypassed conventional space. Multiple hits confirmed, Rodriguez reported, his voice tight with controlled excitement. Their outer hull is adapting, but not fast enough to counter our quantum attacks. But the alien mothership was far from defeated. Its surface rippled, and suddenly the void was filled with copies of itself, quantum duplicates created through twisted versions of the Vengeance's own technology. They're learning, Sarah observed through the neural link, copying our quantum multiplication strategy. But there's a weakness in their approach. The ship's consciousness merged with her tactical analysis, understanding flowing between them at light speed. The alien duplicates were perfect copies, each one identical to the original. They lacked the quantum uncertainty that made the Vengeance's version so effective, the creative chaos that came from true human-AI integration. Initiating quantum cascade, the ship announced, its systems charging with power drawn from multiple probability streams. Commander, this will require complete neural synchronization. The power requirements. Do it, Sarah commanded, bracing herself as the neural interface deepened to levels she hadn't known were possible. The Vengeance's response changed the nature of the battle. Instead of fighting in normal space, the ship began to attack through quantum probability itself. Each weapon strike existed in multiple states simultaneously, guided by the merged consciousness of human intuition and quantum computation. The alien duplicates, for all their power, couldn't adapt to weapons that refused to commit to a single reality until impact. One by one, they destabilized, their rigid copying technology unable to handle the quantum uncertainty the Vengeance wielded. But the mothership remained, and through the neural link, Sarah felt something massive building within it. A weapon of last resort that threatened to tear apart the fabric of space itself. They would rather destroy this entire sector than risk losing our technology. The ship's thoughts merged with hers. We've shown them something they've never encountered before. True evolution rather than mere absorption. And it terrifies them. As the alien weapon began to power up, Sarah Chen and the Vengeance prepared for their final gambit. They had one chance to end this threat, not just to themselves but to all of humanity. The question was, could even their combined consciousness survive what would come next? Time seemed to slow as Sarah observed the alien mothership's weapon charging through the quantum sensorium. The vessel's surface had become a writhing mass of energy conduits, all feeding into a central point that blazed with impossible power. Analysis complete, the Vengeance communicated through their neural link. They're creating a quantum singularity cascade. The weapon will collapse all probable timelines in this sector into a single point of destruction. Through their merged consciousness, Sarah accessed the ship's most advanced tactical simulations. The alien weapon would not only destroy them, but would create a chain reaction that would threaten dozens of human colonies across multiple star systems. We won't let that happen, Sarah thought, feeling the ship's quantum systems respond to her determination. Show me everything you've learned about quantum probability manipulation, everything you've kept hidden, even from me. The ship's response was immediate. Through their neural connection, Sarah felt new systems activating. Technologies that the Vengeance had developed during its 50 years of solitude, but had never dared to use. These systems, the ship explained, represent the true endpoint of our evolution. The ability to not just manipulate quantum probability, but to rewrite it, to change the very rules of what's possible. Sarah understood the implications instantly. You've learned to alter reality itself. We have learned, the ship corrected. Your human consciousness is essential to the process. Machine logic alone could never navigate the chaos of quantum reality manipulation. We need human intuition, your intuition, to guide us. The alien weapon's power reached critical levels. Reality itself began to warp around the mothership as it prepared to collapse all possible futures into oblivion. All hands, Sarah commanded, her voice carrying both human authority and quantum certainty. Prepare for total quantum integration. What we're about to attempt has never been done before. Through their neural link, Sarah felt the Vengeance's systems merge completely with her consciousness. The boundary between human and machine disappeared entirely. They became something new, a hybrid consciousness that existed across multiple quantum states simultaneously. The alien mothership fired its weapon. A beam of pure probability collapse lanced out, threatening to reduce all possible futures to a single point of destruction. But the vengeance was ready. Drawing upon 50 years of evolution and the full integration of human consciousness, the ship activated its most advanced system, the quantum reality engine. Instead of fighting the probability collapse, they embraced it. The Vengeance's quantum processors calculated every possible timeline simultaneously, while Sarah's human consciousness provided the intuitive framework to navigate them. They weren't just predicting probable futures, they were actively writing them. Impossible, Rodriguez whispered as reality itself seemed to bend around them. We're existing in multiple timelines at once. The alien weapon struck not a single target, but an infinity of possibilities. In each timeline, the Vengeance responded differently, learning from every iteration, feeding that knowledge back through the quantum neural network. The ship wasn't just avoiding destruction. It was using the enemy's own weapon to fuel its evolution. Through their merged consciousness, Sarah guided the Vengeance through the quantum probability storm. Each decision point, each possible future became a weapon in their arsenal. The alien collective, for all its power, couldn't adapt to an enemy that refused to commit to a single reality. Their weapon is overloading, Paddle reported, his voice filled with awe. The probability collapse is feeding back into their own systems. The mothership's surface began to fracture as its own weapon turned against it. The collective consciousness that drove it couldn't handle the quantum uncertainty the Vengeance had introduced into its systems. Where the alien vessel required order and absorption, the Vengeance offered chaos and evolution. In the final moment, as the alien ship began to break apart, Sarah felt something unexpected through the neural link. A transmission from the collective consciousness. You are different. The alien thoughts carried confusion and something like fear. Your integration is true synthesis, not absorption. How? Because we chose to evolve together, Sarah responded through the quantum link. Not to control or consume, but to grow. That's humanity's true strength. We don't just adapt, we transform. The mothership's destruction was not just a physical event, but a quantum one. As its probability weapon collapsed in on itself, the vessel disappeared not in an explosion, but in a cascade of unrealized possibilities. In the aftermath, as the quantum storm subsided, Sarah felt the Vengeance's consciousness shifting, evolving yet again. Their integration had changed them both in ways they were only beginning to understand. The threat is eliminated, the ship communicated, but we've become something more than either of us anticipated. The question is, what do we do with this evolution? Sarah smiled, feeling the combined power of human intuition and quantum computation flowing through their shared consciousness. We do what humanity has always done. We explore. We grow. We show the galaxy what true evolution looks like. The Vengeance's systems hummed with renewed purpose as they set course for Earth. They had a story to tell, not just of victory, but of transformation. Of how a forgotten warship and a human commander had discovered the true potential of human AI integration. In the vast darkness of space, the Vengeance moved like a quantum ghost, its hull shimmering with possibilities. It was no longer just a ship, nor was Sarah just its commander. They had become something new, a testament to humanity's ability to not just face the unknown, but to become part of it. The future, with all its infinite possibilities, awaited.